Hello, I'm Mima, and I'm here to read you a story. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the story. This story is Bad Boys by Margie Palatini and illustrated by Henry Cole. Those bad boys, Willie and Wally Wolf, were in trouble again. And now they were on the run with everyone hot on their tails. Willie stepped out of his granny skirt and chuckled. Wally, old chum, I do believe we have given them the slip. Yes, indeedy, that was a close one, dear pal, said Wally, coughing up a kernel of corn. As close as a hair on my chinny chin chin. The two looked at each other and giggled. Oh, yeah, we're bad. We're bad. We're really, really bad. Yes, those boys were big. They were bad. And they were also out of breath. There wasn't another huff or puff between them. They needed to lay off those goodies and lay low from the law. But where, oh, where were two big, bad, wanted wolves going to hide out where nobody would ever find them? What to do, what to do, what to do? It was a dilemma, all right. Bah! Do you hear what I hear? Asked Willie of Wally. Affirmative, nodded Wally to Willie. Bah! Do you see what I see? Asked Willie of Wally. 2020, slurped Wally to Willie. Bah! Are you thinking what I'm thinking? They said to each other. Those nasty, naughty boys looked at each other and licked their lips. Brain ditto. Ah, yes, the perfect hideout. It was close, it was clever, and eats were included. We'll go on the lam, chuckled Willie. Pull the wool over their eyes, chortled Wally. Fleece the flock, they both snickered. Oh, yeah, we're bad. We're bad. We're really, really bad. The boys got out their bag of tricks and went to work. A couple of long John Woolies, some fluff, more puff, plenty of mascara, and viola. Wilhelmina and Walanda. They twittered with a dainty prance. Two wolves in sheep's clothing. The plan was simple, but wickedly devious. Lamb smorgasbord. The boys straightened their stockings, gave themselves a primp and poof, pouted their noses, and off they sauntered and sashayed across the meadow. Now remember, cautioned Willie to Wally, not one you for stew until I give the A-OK. No you, no stew, agreed Wally. Oh, yes, they were bad. Bad, really, really bad. But sort of adorable. So you is another name for lamb. The two were in clover. Yes, joining the flock was indeed the perfect hideout, not to mention the load of unsuspecting tasty tidbits for the road. Unfortunately, that tidbit, that morsel, that just one lick of lamb was getting harder for Willie to resist. He just hated eating his greens. This tastes like, Like grass, he said, choking on his bunch of lawn. Wally picked a blade from his front tooth. It is grass, you ninny. Just eat it and smile. Willie gave a quick floss, for hoofing up the hill were a breakfast, lunch, and dinner he could really sink his teeth into. How do you do, ladies? I'm Betty Mutton, and these are my friends, Trudy Ewe and Merrill Sheep. Are you new to the flock? Willie batted his eyes coyly. Well, yes, he answered sweetly. I suppose you could call us two new ewes. I'm Wilhelmina, and this is my sister Yolanda. We're the Peep Sheep, added Wally. The Peep Sheep, said Betty Mutton without missing a bleat. You mean the Bo Peep Sheep? The missing Peep Sheep? Willie looked to Wally and gave a wink. But, of course, I'm sure you've all heard the story. We were lost, so lost, and nobody could find us. Absolutely, my dears, continued Wally. Tisk, tisk. It was a terrible thing, don't you know? They left us alone. But looky here, now we've come home. Wagging our tails behind us, finished Willie with a wiggle and a grin. Merrill Sheep sighed with relief. Thank goodness you two are safe with us. Yous can't be too careful with those big bad wolves still on the loose. Wally gave a sly glance to Willie. Dear me, haven't they been caught yet? Those boys are so bad. Suddenly, Willie felt weak in the knees. Just the thought of being that close to a leg of lamb dinner after a diet of dried pasture had him swooning in near faint. Wally fanned the flushed Willie. You know, girls, I'm scared sheepish myself standing out here in the meadow. Wally added, perhaps we should all jump the fence. Yes, said Willie as he came to. Let's all jump. I say, why not live a little while you've got the chance? The two young ewes were about to take the leap, but tough old Betty Mutton held her ground. Just a minute, she said, stepping back. I knew the Peep Sheep. I grazed with the Peep Sheep. I counted with the Peep Sheep, and you two don't leap like Peep Sheep. There's something very peculiar about you two ewes. Willie and Wally blinked. Trudy Ewe suddenly gasped, Why, Yolanda, what big eyes you have. Wally gulped. Well, why, all the better to see yous with. And Wilhelmina, said Merrill Sheep, staring, what big ears you have. Willie gulped. Well, why, all the better to hear yous with. Betty Mutton put her hoof down. And what's your excuse for those lousy looking coats? If you ask me, your wool looks too cheap for Peep Sheep. There isn't 3 bags full from either one of you. What's with you two ewes? Willie shrugged. It's the humidity. You know how wool gets in this damp weather. We can't do a thing with it. Betty Mutton slowly grinned. Humidity. Well, then this is your lucky day, girls. I can help you with that. Follow me. Down the hill went Willie and Wally. With Betty's prodding, they queued up next to each other in back of two long lines of sheep. Wally drooled with delight as he eyeballed the new buffet. We sure pulled the wool over their eyes, snickered Wally. Indeed we did, said Willie, stifling a chuckle. The line grew shorter and dinner time got closer when... Bzzz. Excuse me, dear pal, but do you hear what I hear? Willie whispered to Wally as the line inched forward. I do, whispered Wally to Willie. Bees, pray tell. Willie listened. Bzzz. No, not bees, said Willie. Bzzz. Mowers, perhaps? Whispered Wally to Willie. Bzzz. No, not mowers, said Willie. Confound it, cried Wally. What is that annoying buzz? Bzzz. Next. Ooh, I wonder what it could be. Bzzz, bzzz. Oh no. The sheep are getting shorn. Merrill's sheep giggled. Why, you aren't Wilhelmina. Trudy you chuckled. And you aren't Walanda. Of course they're not, butted in Betty with a hearty snort. They're those two nasty, naughty, naked, big, bad wolves. Willie shivered. Wally, old chum, I do believe we have been exposed. Wally blushed. Totally, dear pal. Oh me, oh my, totally. And the big bad wolves thought they had trouble with pigs. So they headed for the hills. Of course, there was only one thing those bad boys could do after such a close shave. Wait for their hair to grow back, which took a very long time. Those were two very bad haircuts. Oh yeah, they were bad, bad, really, really bad. That is all for this story. Thank you for coming to see me. Come again soon for another story. Be kind to one another. That is all for now. Bye, Mima.